Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me, Hunter. I decided to try this kind of modification video. With me doing all my railway locomotives, I decided that it's time to kind of sit down and mess with this crane. I got the green cargo train, and I know a lot of people are indifferent about this piece of rolling stock, this crane. I kind of like it. I've always been a proponent of looking like Lego, which means that obviously it's not going to be 100% accurate or 100% recreation of stuff we see in real life. It's kind of got that Lego feel to it, and I really like that about this crane. What I don't like about this crane is this right here. It just is really odd. Sometimes I will say, though, I like the look of Lego's kind of style, the physical style. I don't always like their color choice in the sense of you got blue, white, yellow, and black, and I just feel like there's a lot of colors going on. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to change out this back portion here, this kind of cover plate, with something blue. I will, however, leave this white, and I will leave these kind of action knobs or playability knobs white, just because of part limitations in my collection, and I'm probably just going to leave the rest of it the same as well. But I thought I'd go ahead and show you what I'm going to do to kind of modify it or change it up a bit. You don't have to do it. You could leave yours the same. You could do yours different. But I kind of thought I'd go ahead, sit down, and try something a little different today. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, like in my how-tos, I'm going to show you the parts I'm using. This is actually one of the completed sections I'm going to use. I need two of these large ones, so I already have one built, and I need a small one that's going to go on the back of the crane. So we'll start with the small one. I just use everything in blue because I'm making it in blue. You could easily use this kind of under brick, or I'm going to even call it a connector brick because it's going to be what's going to connect these kind of panel pieces, as I'm going to call them right now, to the actual crane. Again, excuse me, a little stuffed up. But what we're going to do is take several of these bows, and we're just going to put them, making a nice simple curve like so, just like that other one back here, but this is a small 4x4 kind of section. I don't have big blue or long 2x6s in blue, so I use two 2x3s, which work just as fine. Again, you could make your under brick, as I'm calling it today, black, gray, dark gray. You can make it whatever you want. I went with blue just because that way, no matter what angle you look at it, if you look at it from the top, kind of at an angle from the back, bottom, side, it's all blue. So we have our several sections complete, one small, two large. I have this brick here as well, this kind of modified brick. It's going to allow me to get this back piece on. And then lastly, I'm going to have a whole bunch of these. I think I have about 4 of these little pins. That way I can actually connect these larger panels to the crane, since I'm not using the same connecting part as the crane uses in the Lego build. So let's go ahead and put these parts on. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is get rid of these panel pieces. It's probably going to get really shaky here for a second, just because I forgot how well they put on parts they use. Oop, that's not the part I want to come off. Trying to do this without making everything fly everywhere, so I ended up taking this off. So this is what the original kind of panel looks like. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. Then I'm going to take those pins I was showing you earlier. I have them off in a little tray so they don't roll away on me. I'm going to try here first. I don't exactly know if this is going to be the best spot. I'm kind of just going to test it out and go from there. So boom. There we go. So pretty much fits in the same spot. I ended up putting mine a little higher. I'm going to actually take this down. I'm going to make it lower like that. And there we are. I'm going to go ahead, turn the crane around. So to get in this piece, we might actually have to take the crane off the frame, because I got to get underneath it. So we're going to take that off, put that piece on down there, and I can put this piece on here. Now we'll have to make sure that's actually going to fit in. This was a part I wasn't actually sure that if it would fit or not. So that'll be something we have to test when I put everything back together. So let me put it back on. And yes, it does still spin, which is great. Let me re-hook that back up so we don't have the hook sliding everywhere. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this one off. And to be honest, I'm not sure how this is going to look. I just kind of came up with the idea. I didn't even test it out. A lot of times I'll actually build stuff before I post it. The only thing I built prior was these, just to know what I wanted the panels to look like. But I never put them on. So you kind of here, you guys are looking at this same for the first time as I am. And let's see what this looks like. Maybe. The only issue when you use two is they're the 2x3s instead of a full-size 1x6, is you do occasionally get the old just doesn't want to go on right away. So there we go. So looking at it from this side, it actually doesn't look bad, and maybe on camera too it doesn't look the best either. Looking at it in person, I like it a lot more already, just because it does blend it in. Now that being said, that doesn't mean I'm not going to modify it and change it. You might get another part to this video where I don't maybe do all this. I just show you a final product with some slight changes. That's what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like from the back. And for the most part, I actually really like it. Because it does cover everything up. It's exactly where the other one was. Because as far as I can tell, the other one was about here as well. So it covers up the same stuff. It makes it all blue. I like that. Yeah, I will agree. My only issue I have is back here. What I might end up doing is getting some blue plates and putting them back here, kind of just to thicken this up, or even bring this out a little bit, because it does sit in a little bit, you can see. I don't really like the look of that. But actually, for the most part, I think this was pretty successful. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here, and I'm going to show you what a final product of this is going to look like. This is just kind of the initial testing phase, and kind of how I go about modifying or building stuff. So I'll see you in a hot second. Okay, here's the final product. So I went ahead and I found some of these parts, which allowed me to modify the back of it. We'll go ahead, we'll turn the crane around. As you can see, I left these pretty much in place. This is in the same spot, but as you can see, it's brought out further. That brick I just showed you, or that part, I put it right in there, attached to these panels, so it allows me to bring the smaller panel out a little further, making it a lot more flush with the side panels. And then I was able to put these little cheese slopes in here that still give me access to the crane arm. Overall, I think this was a great modification, a great change. Yeah, the whole crane mechanism itself is blue, except for the playability parts, which is actually kind of, when I look at toy models, it's what I like to see. Everything's one color, and then kind of the stuff that move or say, hey, put your hand here and mess with it, is a different color, but the color still blends. So I'm okay with having white here, white back there, when the other side. Covering this box right now is not my strong suit, so I don't know if I'll ever actually cover the top part of this box, and I don't even know if you really can, because otherwise you'll probably inhibit the crane arm from moving up and down, as you can see here. And then one last modification I actually made right here. I added 2 of these sloping kind of grill texture pieces. Don't be wrong, I like seeing the studs on builds. It's just that since this was tiled right here, and I thought kind of sloping down was going to look better than just having a straight drop off. Since you have a slope in the middle, I felt you should kind of angle or slope down as well there. But otherwise, this is it. These are the modifications for my crane. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little different. I know it's not Star Wars, but I have put out some other Star Wars stuff recently, so I really hope you like this. This was kind of me getting a chance to do something different and something I wanted to do. So with that, I'm going to ask you guys to like or dislike. It always tells me what you guys think of these videos, if I should keep doing, if I shouldn't keep doing them. And then my description, in the description, you'll have my email and my Instagram username. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to see you in my next video.